Guys, I'm sorry I haven't done a video in a long time. I've actually recorded a lot. I got hours of stuff. Been doing a lot of builds, and I'm sorry, I've just been super lazy putting videos up. So let me just give you a little highlight of everything we're doing. Yesterday I got the Vespa running because my plan is to do an electric swap. It's a little expensive, and I love the sound of a two-stroke, so I thought one last chance, get this thing running. It's been sitting for basically 10 years. Ended up being the wiring to the stator. It's totally corroded. All the copper looked green. All the insulation was basically busted off. Changed all that, fired right up. Now I'm dealing with probably like a flooding issue or maybe like a vacuum leak somewhere in there. It'll run and then it'll run kind of crappy and die. I'll get it started. And so it's either one. That's ignition, electrical is good now. We just have a fuel delivery issue. Part of that probably due to the fact the carburetor has sat for so long. I did take it apart and clean it. Got some goop off and blew out the jets, but we still have a bit of an issue. But there you go. She's up and running as of yesterday. That's cool. We got the Jeep. We have a bunch of parts for it, just haven't been able to get around to it. We'll get to that one in a bit. So now we're gonna go out to the garage. So in one of my videos, I got that built C10 with the blower on there. And one day I went and took it out. It was for my birthday, I think. And I was just kind of romping on it, and the front seal started blowing transmission fluid everywhere. And on top of that, I had a situation where I went and cruised it, and then it started slipping like it was in neutral. Shut it off, looked everything over, started it back up, and everything was fine. So that was issue number 2. And then I had a third issue. I don't remember what that one was. But anyways, after all that, I was like, you know what? We'll just get a new transmission. So I got this one, just came in today. It's a 4L80E to replace the 4L80E that was in there. We're also going to go ahead and upgrade to this big old transmission cooler. And we even got a new torque converter. And apparently it's supposed to be tweaked to get a couple hundred more RPMs out of the stall. It's pretty much maxed out due to its size. And if I wanted to go up to a larger size to really get a stall I wanted, it would be a very expensive torque converter. So this one's supposed to be at about 2,600. I wanted that because the 2400 it's in there right now, it lugs down the motor a bit when you put it in drive, so I feel like it could be a little looser. There's the crate it came in. Shipping guy was cool enough to use his powered pallet jack to bring it up the driveway for me. We still need to finish shortening the bed on this one. I got the bed pretty much shortened. Oh, I didn't put it. See, I got video of this too, I just haven't done it yet. I've got it pretty much roughed in, welded in. I just need to do the frame now. You can see the gap that we have. Kind of lost motivation because I basically have to replumb the air ride too, and I'm just like, dude, yeah. Here's our stroker motor from Golin. It's about 280 or 90 horsepower. We're gonna be putting that into the Jeep. Javelin project, got a snazzy new bumper on there. Got some things I need to do the 6-speed to make it fit, so I'm gonna have to actually pull all this out, which kind of sucks. It's annoying to get it in there. Got to pull it back out, pull the transmission out, and do some stuff to it to make it work for us. And then lastly, we'll come out here to the backyard where I got my brother's Mustang. I was trying to do an EcoBoost with six-speed automatic. I had all the controllers and the wiring and all that stuff, and I had it kind of mocked in there. I hadn't done the mounts yet. But it was super tight fit. It was starting to get water on it from rain and leaky car covers, and dude, it was just gonna be a nightmare. It's something I could do in a shop with some help and had a lift and everything, but to do it out here on half grass, and dude, I was like, nah, man. And my brother was like, when's it gonna be done? When's it gonna be done? So I just said, screw it, pull that motor out. I had a LS1 project with a turbo 350 I had in here. I took it out. I put a 700 R4 in it that I had sitting around. So he's getting an LS1 with a 700 R4. And this is what we have going on right now. Let me switch cameras here. So I got my accessory system pretty much set up. Originally doing the EcoBoost, we weren't gonna have power steering, so I put a manual rack. Yeah, I put a rack and pinion in there. That's why we have a delete right here. We're not doing power steering. If we were doing this originally, I would have gotten a power rack and we'd have a power steering pump. But to be honest with you, on these older, lighter cars, manual steering, as long as the car is rolling, it ain't that bad. I need to move the LS over and need to tilt it just a little bit that way. But here's where we are with the mounts. This is a 67 mounts, aftermarket obviously. And basically we need to adapt this end right here to the LS1 motor mount plates. It's actually pretty close. I don't really need to do that much. On this one here, I made some spacers and pushed it out this way to clear the header. With the spacers and all, it's going to be plenty firm. It's the same situation over here. We're just going to have to weld onto the plate and we'll get it working. It seems a little tight here, but it's because the motor needs to come over a smidge. The headers are S10 mid-lengths. So far it seems to be good. I had to do a little bit of beating on this side. We're going to be doing a carbed intake, and we'll get under here. I had to do a front sump pan to clear the rear steering. Again, if we had planned it out all like this, I would have had them convert to a front rack steering, but so far I think it's good. You can see on a front sump pan, it gives you a lot of clearance there. And we clear the sway bar. We just barely clear it with the compressor. Yes, we're doing AC as well. I put longer sway bar end links to tilt the sway bar down to clear here, but now that we have the compressor on, it's a little tight there. But when we put load on the suspension, the sway bar on the end will come up, and then this should tilt down a little bit more. So until I put weight on there, I won't know for a fact if I have to play with this some more. We did a full interior, and that's the C10 that's getting the new tranny. I think that's all I have for now. I ordered a new radiator for this. We're going to be doing a big block one, so it's 24 inches wide. It's going to give us a lot more cooling. And then we got a dual electric fan setup that's going to be going on there. You want dual electric fans if you're doing air conditioning, because you need one to come on when the temp on the engine is up, and then you want one to kick on when you get the AC rolling. So that is about it. This stuff is in the mail. I have to replace the water pump because this one is really junky. It's just sat too long and the bearing kind of seized up there a bit. I think that's all for now. I just want to give you guys an update of everything that's going on. And please bitch at me in the comments so that I'll sit there and edit and put together the actual technical videos that I want to show people so that they too can do this stuff. So, as always, good luck, peace out, and take care.